So Charlie Kirk was assassinated today, or murdered in cold blood in broad daylight, right? And obviously it's making its rounds on social media. You can't go anywhere without seeing it. Um, and at the end of the day, regardless of how you feel about somebody, bro, it's still a tragedy because the man had children. You know what I'm saying? Now his children have to grow up without a father. But there are a lot of lessons to be learned from a situation like this. When you are an online personality and your rhetoric is so divisive and it puts such a charge in people, you have to understand in today's times, especially, bro, there are a lot of unhinged and unstable people walking around. And I think a lot of these personalities that sit online and YouTube and podcasts and things of that nature, I think they fail to realize that the internet is not a real place. But now once you come out here in the real world, bro, you are unprotected. Because you can't control crazy. You can't control these unstable individuals and you never know where it may come from. This happened in broad daylight. Who would have thought? You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, when you put such a charge in people and you profit from that, you have to be careful. I wish people I firmly believe in freedom of speech. I always have, I always will. But you have to understand that there are consequences that come with that. You can say whatever you want to say, but what you get back is something you can't control. And I would hope that these personalities that are online, it would behoove them to be a bit more mindful. Is the money really worth it? Is the money really worth not being able to walk outside and feel safe and confident in your environment? And again, his rhetoric was divisive. Regardless of how you may feel about him or whatever, you don't never want to see anybody be taken out like that. You know what I'm saying? That's just that's so and I get it, but nah, I mean I can't rock with that kind of mentality. You know what I'm saying? You don't ever want to see anybody taken from the children like that. You know what I'm saying? He Charlie Kirk, he spoke, he had some venomous words throughout a lot of tragic situations. And again, it was his opinion, that's how he felt, but what you put out comes back. And that's always been the case. So I would hope that a lot of these other personalities with these major platforms online and things of that nature, I would hope that this kind of like hits home because you're not protected. The internet is not a real place. And when you're out here in the world, you're surrounded by unstable individuals who are struggling to pay their mortgage, who may have lost someone in a tragedy. They're going through this, they're going through that. We're all going through something. And people handle things differently. And then when you come along and you nudge that person, whether you know it or not, you know, things like this happens. This is not unprecedented. It's just America. And so again, be more mindful of the content that you put out in the world because I mean, it's gonna come back, and unfortunately, he found out the hard way. So there it is.